Okay, this tutorial will cover abstract class. It's continuous from tutorial number 58. So please go and have a look. The first time we begin with a definition of abstract class. Idea was to contain common behavior or common features of each subclasses. It actually means that if the common data field is used in multiple classes, you may get a common data field and then keep it in one place and happen to be a general class, superclass. Then something specific, you may keep it with subclasses so that we can differentiate the behavior of each class. For example, we have a person, students, and then faculty class. Each class represents its objects. Person class can have a name. Student class may have a major, and then faculty may have academic ranking data field. So that when we need to process student name or faculty name, we can process it through a superclass called person. So let me just write it down here. Okay. Person class, we have a name, data field. It's going to be a string. That can be used for student and faculty, so I'm not going to write it down here. Okay. We're going to extend it. So student, we focus on something more specific for this class called major. Again, faculty is something more specific. Academic ranking, string. And then person class, to access name data field, you need the setter and getter, two methods. Let's say get name, set name, so if you think about abstract class, those two methods we can define as abstract methods in person class, but actual implementation is up to student class and then faculty class. In that case, we can define person class as abstract. That's why it looks italic. That's become abstract class. And then students and faculty can implement those two abstract methods. Okay, let me have a look. Look at the demonstration now. Okay, I'm going to create 3 classes. Let's begin with person class. Then student, faculty. So now we have 3 classes. Okay. Here, person, we are going to create a superclass of student and faculty. So we are going to have a name, data field, Setters and getters, okay. Let's say we have students. With a major. Of course, we're going to have two string methods. Include super toString. We override super class toString methods. So let me add this one as well, toString. Of course, the student should be a subclass, so extend person. Here, faculty, we are going to extend person. Here we are going to say length, academy ranking. toString methods. At this point, up to here, it's pretty much simple hierarchy using inheritance between person student and person faculty. Okay, so let's look at some default value. Okay, look at person class. So let me put some comments about the abstract class. Here, superclass contain features of its subclass. We are referring to one data field called name and then setter and getter. Something useful for subclasses. In this case, there is only one. Okay. Name attributes and then setter and getter. Those two methods. Let's make it as an abstract class. Abstract class can have concrete methods. It means just normal methods. So there's nothing we can do. There's as it is. We can keep it as it is. Nothing will happen to student and faculty. Okay. Because person is now abstract class, we won't be able to create an instance of our object. Let's see. This will not be allowed because person is abstract class. Okay. That's one of the conditions. Abstract class, you won't be able to construct the object, even though you have a default constructor. So you can use polymorphism. Superclass called person can refer to subclass student. So this can be done. Okay. Let me just write it down. Supertype can refer to subtype. Okay. Person, new faculty. Sorry, there should be faculty, isn't it? I will change that one to student. Then will be supposed to be faculty. Let me keep the original one. Person. That is now allowed, so comment it. ToString, we are overriding ToString methods belongs to superclass. Okay, we are doing same thing, faculty ToString. At this point, there's nothing much we can learn from abstract class. Basically saying we won't be able to construct object based on abstract class. Okay, students and then faculty, okay. Let me just type it, polymorphism. So we come back to abstract person class. Let's say we have abstract methods. Abstract class can have a special method called abstract. Abstract method has no implementations. Okay, here no implementations. And then we say public abstract string. Can name. I will just say abstract methods. No implementations, public abstract void set name. So what does it do with subclass? So if you extend abstract superclass, and then your abstract superclass has abstract methods, you must implement in your subclass. So implement all abstract methods. There were 2 of them. So let's say subclass extended from abstract superclass. All the abstract methods must be implemented in a subclass. So get name, set name must be implemented, okay? So here we need name. We need to return string data type. So I will say private string name. Just say unknown. So we can implement it, okay? Return name. Set name also we can implement this.name equal to name. So that's it. That's the idea of abstract method in abstract class. Let me move up here. It's quite useful if you are working with a number of people. Maybe the senior programmer can design abstract superclass without implementing any specific details. Maybe ask the junior programmer to do implementation for student and then faculty, but they must follow the same rules and constraints defined in the person class. That's why it can be very useful. So non-abstract class we call it as a concrete class, or we say class usually. So again, if you have abstract method, your class cannot be concrete class. It has to be abstract class. So that was the idea of abstract class can be defined without any abstract methods. So let me remove abstract. Then we have to implement it. So implementation here, that one, remove, take care of comments. So we know that abstract class doesn't have to have an abstract method. That's optional, okay? Usually abstract class has concrete methods and abstract methods. So here doesn't matter simple inheritance. Again, this is simple inheritance. So let me change back. Let's say abstract person class has two abstract methods and then one concrete method called toString. Let's look at next characteristic of abstract class. Says that we have to implement all abstract methods. Okay. Let's say what if I don't want to implement abstract method in this subclass? Can I just say abstract method here? Answer is it can be abstract methods. So if I say abstract, I don't have implementations. I can cancel a little bit. Here also same abstract. In this case, you have to declare faculty as an abstract class as well, because abstract method cannot be in a non-abstract class. Okay. think that's clear. Abstract method of superclass don't have to be implemented in a subclass. Okay. Superclass we are referring to person, subclass we are referring to faculty, of course. And then we go up, then say abstract class faculty. Okay, make it as abstract because we have two abstract methods. So that's another characteristic of abstract methods. Then once we extend it in a subclass, there will be some restrictions too. This is what we call as a concrete method. That concrete method, which is overwritten, in faculty subclass. Again, normally we override it so that we can make it as another concrete class. But somehow, some reason, if you want to make it as abstract, you can do that, okay? In this case, maybe we are looking for something more specific, subclasses of a faculty. For example, faculty becomes superclass. Under certain structure, okay? So this one implement on abstract methods because the faculty become abstract. So now faculty is abstract, that's why you cannot have an instance, okay? Make a comments. So make a comment. So let me cover one more thing, okay? At the beginning I said abstract class cannot create any specific instance or object. That is not entirely true. Abstract class can be used to store objects. That means we can use it as a data structure. So we can use new keywords, okay? So if you look at the person class, even though it is in abstract class, we can use as an array data structure. We can still use new. And this particular case, abstract class can this particular case we can use it as array, okay? So we can say person. The first place we can store a student object. This will return a student object. That means you may need to use toString. So it's going to give us exactly same. Okay. The first one, we use abstract class as a data type. Second one, we just process student object. So that's the only one unusual way of using abstract class. Let's say student name we call as a John. No matter what, this time both of them will print exactly same value. Sorry, there's no name. That's all. Thank you.